This evening, as part of our growing in our knowledge about independent Catholicism, it would be important for us to know where independent Catholicism came from. And so the gentleman whom we credit with the launching of the independent Catholic movement largely is a bishop named Dominique Marie Varlet. Dominique Marie Varlet. If you have any friends who talk to you and say, for instance, oh, Holy Family isn't a real Catholic church, or whatever it is that people might say, we are not part of the Roman Catholic Church. God will never deny. But there are different Catholic churches, including, yes, the Roman Catholic Church, which is the largest, including the second largest, the Orthodox Catholic Church, the church that excommunicated the Roman Church in 1054. Any of the Orthodox churches that you've heard of, the Greek Orthodox Church, the Russian Orthodox Church, etc., all those Orthodox churches are other Catholic churches as well. Dominique Marie Varlet lived from 1678 to 1742, as we can see, and so that places him in the 18th century. He was a French Roman Catholic missionary priest, served as Vicar General of the Diocese of Quebec in Canada. Vicar General means he was the bishop's right-hand man. So the vicar comes from the same root as the Latin root as vice president, right? So he's like the vice bishop, for lack of a better word. So he's the vicar of the diocese in Quebec. But then he was named a bishop in his own right. And so he was, as he was passing on his way to his new territory, he was going to be bishop, he got into a bit of trouble. Why did Bishop Dominique Marie Varlet get into trouble? Because he consecrated other bishops without the permission of the Roman Catholic Church. We understand that with sacraments, we typically use two words. We say that sacraments are valid and or licit. Valid means that they're true sacraments, that really happened and that there's no going back. So we always talk about the validity of the sacraments. When we go to Mass, was it a valid Mass? It takes certain things for it to be a valid Mass. It could be valid, but it may be illicit. So what does illicit mean? Illicit or licit. Licit means that it's legal. Illicit means that it's illegal. Licit, legal. Illicit, illegal. So in the case of his consecrations, they were valid because he consecrated other bishops. He really consecrated other bishops, and they were really bishops. But they were illegal, they were illicit, and that he didn't ask for the permission of the Pope. Right? So suddenly what do you do when you have a bishop who consecrates other bishops, even without Rome's permission? They're still bishops. They're still valid bishops enjoying we often talk about apostolic succession. They're bishops enjoying apostolic succession. It's just that Rome would not acknowledge those bishops. So it created an interesting new history for us in Catholicism, in that before then we don't have any record of any other bishop going outside of what the Pope said you could or couldn't do. The Pope said you can't consecrate bishops without my permission. All bishops followed it. Until this instance of Bishop Dominique Marie Varlet, who, as he was passing through the Netherlands, we trace our history to Utrecht. You may see that word here in some of this. Utrecht was a village in Holland, in the Netherlands, in the Low Countries, where he stopped. The group there said, we need an archbishop, a bishop here in Utrecht. Rome has given us the ancient privilege of being able to consecrate a bishop without the permission of Rome. We'd like for you to do that. And so, he did. And he had canonists who defended his decision. But interestingly, what happened was that the Roman Catholic Church sees it as a schism, or a schism if you prefer, simply meaning that here we suddenly had a bishop doing things apart from the permissions of the Roman Catholic Church. So they tended to look on it as a schism within the church, which is fine. It's part of our history is acknowledging that, at one point in our history, we diverged from the Roman Catholic Church, and it's largely traced to this man, Bishop Dominique Marie Varlet, consecrating bishops in the Netherlands. So this history then talks about how it was. He was previous to that, he was a missionary priest in the Americas. You know this back in the time when we were sending French missionaries and missionaries of other language groups to the United States to be able to evangelize. So he came to the Americas and was reading out of Quebec, Canada. Difficulties with the Roman Catholic Church began with this document called Unigenitus, if we see that on page 3. Unigenitus was a document that the Pope was insisting that every priest and every bishop had to sign this document saying that they believed certain things. And there were a lot of people who were hesitant to sign that. I mean, unless you have a doctorate in theology and understand the fine details of this, you're just signing it because they said to sign it. Follow me? You have to sign this document. Nellie, you have to sign this document tonight before you leave. Okay. Nellie suddenly has a choice. Does she sign the document without reading it and or understanding it? Just to obey and to be obedient, which is largely what this became a test of. Right? I am going to give this document to everyone in the room to see how obedient you will be to me. Christopher, sign here. So the Unigenitus became this litmus test of faith in the church. So he passed through Paris in March of 1718 without signing the Unigenitus. There were other bishops and priests who didn't sign this. He was not the only one. He stopped through Brussels, where he purportedly failed to call on the internuncio, the head of the church there. He confirmed 604 orphans and other poor people there. Now imagine the challenge that he was creating for the church. Every bishop has his territory in the Roman Catholic Church, right? Here in Austin, there is a bishop that's over this territory. In San Antonio, they have their own bishop. In Houston, they have their own bishop. In Dallas, they have their own. Bishops have their own territory. And it's understood among them that I don't come into your territory and do anything in your territory without your permission. You don't come into my territory and do anything in my territory without your permission. But what do you do if the bishop in that territory is not sharing the sacraments with people? Like orphans and poor people who can't pay the donations or the stipends or the fees asked by certain churches. Dominique Marie Varlet found himself in that situation where he said to himself, I'm a bishop. I can confirm these people if I'd like. Do I confirm them, which I believe is a good thing to do? Or do I not confirm them? We all know what he chose to do. He chose to confirm them. Problematic for your church.
He may have killed them too, though, didn't he?
May have killed who?
Well, the first one died within 6 months. The next one lasted 8 years, and the next one 6 years.
Okay, but yeah, let's not put the killing. Let's not hit him with murder. Right. But you're right. So this is an interesting situation because he consecrated one and got in trouble with the church. Did that one live? Not long. And so, what do? If you're in Utrecht, in the Catholic Church in Utrecht, and the Pope is not consecrating any bishops, largely because of our defiance, because we're not going to sign this document simply out of blind obedience, not understanding it and or agreeing with it all, it put him in a difficult situation. So when the first bishop died, people of Utrecht again were on the phone. Well, they didn't have phones back then, but if they did, they'd be on the phone again, right, to the bishop, Bishop Dominique Marie Varlet. Hey, friend, brother, you did this for us once. Do you mind doing it again? And so he found himself consecrating, in the end, 4 different bishops, who it took until the 4th bishop for that bishop to share apostolic succession for another bishop. Meaning the first bishop he consecrated died without consecrating another bishop. If you were to consecrate another bishop, then your lines continue. We find ourselves in a similar predicament in the American Catholic Church in the United States. We have an Archbishop William Johnson, who received apostolic succession, various lines of apostolic succession. What happens when he dies? His lines end with him, lest he consecrate another bishop. Same thing was happening with Dominique Marie Varlet. The first bishop died without consecrating another bishop. Second bishop died without consecrating another bishop. Third bishop died without consecrating, which probably raises the question, why would you not consecrate another bishop? That's an important question for us in independent Catholicism. In the Roman Catholic Church, if you are consecrated a bishop, then presumably you're going to be obedient and not go off consecrating everyone else in the room, right? Nellie, I'll consecrate you, Bishop, on the condition that you don't go around the table and start consecrating everyone else, right? You want to make sure that you have a certain trust and confidence in the people that you're consecrating. In the independent Catholic tradition, we have a history, good, bad, or otherwise, of persons being consecrated, and then of those persons saying, you know, thank you for doing that. I don't think I need you anymore, now that I'm a bishop. Independent Catholicism has some very good aspects about it, but it also has some challenges in that what would keep one bishop under another bishop necessarily if he or she were consecrated a bishop. So we have this history of bishops who are consecrated and then go off and do their own thing, for lack of more eloquent words. Case of Bishop Dominique Varlet then, Andy was reading ahead, we see how it is then that his consecration of other bishops, which we get into in page 4, how it is that this chapter at Utrecht in the Netherlands asked him to consecrate a bishop, and so he did. The first one was Cornelius van Steenhoven. We're currently working on the Wikipedia page for him and for the other bishops on this as well, so that we have a bit more history on them. How it was that he consecrated Bishop van Steenhoven first. He died in 1725, 1 year later. And so they consecrated another one, his successor, Cornelius Johannes Barkman Thiers. They consecrated him. And then after that, he died in 1733. They consecrated another one, Van der Kroon, a great Dutch name. After that, he died, so they consecrated Myndarts, and it was Myndarts then who went on and consecrated another person such that they no longer needed Dominique Varlet to keep consecrating other bishops. So as we say there, during his lifetime, Varlet was excommunicated by the Roman Catholic Church, which is interesting, because what do you do with a bishop who's not been obedient? Right? What do you do with renegade bishops? What do you do with revolutionary bishops who, when you tell them to do something or not to do something, they go off and they don't seem to listen to you? Excommunicated by the Roman Catholic Church, along with the other archbishops that he consecrated and with whom he consecrated those other bishops. And ultimately he died, having shared valid lines of apostolic succession with 4 archbishops, the last of whom would become the source of our apostolic succession for all old Catholics or independent Catholics. In the United States we call ourselves independent Catholics. In Europe they tend to call themselves old Catholics because they believed that they were being true to the old church. They were being true to the ancient church. So Dominique Marie Varlet, simply for all of us around the church who say that we've heard that name before, of the bishop who went ahead and consecrated other bishops, and even though those bishops were not, even though the consecrations weren't illicit, they weren't legal, they were illegal, we shouldn't have done it, but they were valid, he shared apostolic succession with those bishops. Questions, comments, observations, any thoughts that come to mind when we hear stories of persons like Dominique Marie Varlet, that rebellious bishop? Or not, depending on your perspective. Right? That bishop who was simply trying to help people in another church.
Obviously, he had a very strong sense of what being Catholic meant.
What a good point. I mean, none of us will ever be privy to to so many details of his life apart from what's been written up and then we can document it. But it's interesting to know. I mean, on the one hand, what do you do when you read the Bible? Does the Bible talk to you about all these sorts of details about thou shalt or shalt not consecrate certain persons? It's sort of like ultimately comes down to the traditions of the church and the rules that are being set for us and what other people are saying that we need to do or what we need to believe. And he was a person who questioned that. Who said, I'm not going to sign that document just because you tell me I have to sign that document. Who said I have to sign that document? This was at a time, too, in terms of context, when the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, was consolidating the Pope's power. Remember we went from this model where we shared power? All the bishops in the church shared the leadership of the church, to now one bishop, the Pope, saying, no, 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 love y'all, but I'm pushing you all away. I will now be the head of the church. And so, things like this document, Unigenitus, are seen as part of that movement of the Pope saying, I'll see who's on my side or who's not. Rafaela, are you on their side or are you on my side? If you're on my side, sign there. What do? Right? Rafaela, I'll consecrate you a bishop if you sign this document. Oh, Father, that's tempting. And part of it too, if we see it through our lenses, Roman Catholic Church, they see Varlet as a schismatic, heretic, whatever words we're going to use for it. We tend to sort of get these situations say, okay, he's passing through a town where the bishop would not confirm 604 orphans. Really? That there just seems to be an injustice here. He's passing through a town where the Pope is refusing to consecrate the bishop there because that bishop, like so many other bishops and priests, is not going to sign a piece of paper. Would you sign?
So currently, in the Roman Catholic Church, you have to have the Pope's permission. Does the bishop have to consecrate another bishop?
So no bishop can consecrate another bishop without the Pope's permission. That would present a difficulty.
There are
Bishop-
many people that disagree with that, right?
Yeah.
It says the 19 doctor on his side.
What do you do tomorrow morning when Bishop Joe Vasquez wakes up, the Roman Catholic Bishop of Austin? When he wakes up and he decides, you know what? I love the Roman Catholic Church. I love the Roman Catholic Church. But at the same time, it is not just, it's not right that women cannot be consecrated. I am going to consecrate a woman bishop in the Diocese of Boston. What do you do with that? He comes to our parish, he consecrates Terry. Suddenly, Terry is consecrated. Bishop Joe Vasquez came, consecrated himself. You're consecrated, it's valid, but it's not legal, it's not illicit. He's going to be in trouble. But we now have a woman bishop in Austin. Congratulations.
You just been excommunicated.
That is an excellent observation. And you and the bishop who consecrated you and anyone else who part of that ceremony have now been excommunicated. That's a good point. I really think it's Bishop Varlet's spirit, which is our spirit. That is to say, why should we keep anyone from the sacraments? Yes, you're poor, and you can't pay the $20 that the bishop is asking for confirmation. You know what? That is okay. I will confirm you. That to me is the spirit of independent Catholicism. Instead of putting up barriers for sacraments, of saying, what sacrament, how would you like to grow in relation with God and others? Let me help you.